19. Unseasonal rain fell heavily. Although it was not the raining season, heavy rain fell roaringly. 20. Subterranean waters oozed out of earth and flowed away in this and that directions. 21. No birds flew in the sky. At that moment, birds did not fly in the air at all. 22. River waters that normally flowed continuously ceased to flow, as a frightened servant stops moving at the shout of his master. 23. Natural salty water in the ocean becomes sweet at that moment. 24. All directions were covered with the 5 kinds of lotus in 3 colors. All lakes and ponds had their water surface covered with the 5 kinds of lotus. 25. All aquatic and terrestrial flowers blossomed simultaneously at that moment. 26. Flowers on tree trunks bloomed exquisitely. 27. Flowers on branches bloom exquisitely. 28. Flowers on creepers bloom exquisitely. 29. Inflorescent flowers sprouting all over land appeared in 7 years after breaking through stone slab. 30. Celestial lotus flowers dangle earthwards. 31. Flowers rain down continuously in the environs. 32. Celestial musical instruments made sound of music automatically. These 32 great prophetic phenomena can also be called the 32 Great Wonders. The 32 wonders that have been premised in the above chapter on the Chronicle of the 24 Buddhas, to be mentioned later in the chapter on the Chronicle of Buddha Gautama, were the same 32 great prophetic phenomena given here. The entire 10,000 world systems, being adorned with such great prophetic phenomena, appeared resplendent like a huge ball of flowers, or like a large bouquet massively made, or a vast bed of flowers spread layer upon layer. The air around was laden with fragrance. I thought these were caused by the gentle movement of a yak-tail fly flap. Siri Mahamaya's Dream, read by Lone Brimes. When Queen Siri Mahamaya woke up, she reported her dream to King Suddhodana. On the following morning, King Suddhodana summoned 64 leading Brahmin gurus and gave them prepared seats that were fit for noble ones, on the ground besmeared evenly with fresh cow down and strewn all over with rice flakes and the like, as an act of honor. The king also offered the Brahmins delicious milk rice cooked with ghee, honey, and molasses, filled to the brim of gold cups covered with gold and silver lids. And to make them pleased and satisfied, the king presented them with starched clothes, brand new clothes, milch cows, and did other forms of honor. After serving them with food, etc., and honoring them thus to their pleasure and satisfactions, King Suddhodana had the queen's dream related to the Brahmins and asked them, "What does the dream mean, fortune or misfortune? Read it and give me your interpretations." The Brahmins replied to the king, giving their interpretations. "Great king, lay all your anxieties to rest. The queen has now conceived. The baby in the womb is a boy, not a girl. A son will be born to you. If he chooses to lead a princely life, he will surely become a universal monarch, reigning over the 4 continents. If he renounces the household life as a recluse, he will surely become an omniscient Buddha who destroys and removes the roof of the defilements in the 3 worlds. the protection given by the Deva kings. From the moment the Bodhisattva was conceived, the Katuma Raja Devas, namely Vesavana and other living in this universe, entered the splendid chamber of the Queen Siri Mahamaya and gave protection continuously day and night, each holding a sword to ward off ghosts and ogres, unsightly beasts and birds that could be seen or heard by the Bodhisattva and his mother. In this way, 40,000 Maharaja Devas, residing in the 10,000 world systems, each system having 4 such deities, guarded the entire space from the doors of the Queen's splendid chamber up to the edges of the world system, driving away the ghosts, ogres, etc. Such protection was afforded not because of the fear that someone would harm the lives of the Bodhisattva and his mother. Verily, even if 100,000 crores of Mahas were to bring 100,000 crores of gigantic Monmerus to threaten the lives of the Bodhisattva in his last existence and his mother, all the Mahas, as well as the mountains, will surely be destroyed. The Bodhisattva and his mother will remain unharmed. In spite of that, the protection had to be provided by the Maharaja Devas, each holding a sword just to ward off the evil sights and sounds which could possibly cause anxiety and fear to the queen. Another reason might be that the Deva kings protected the Bodhisattva through sheer veneration and devotion, inspired by the Bodhisattva's glorious power. The question may arise then whether the Deva kings who came to keep guard inside the royal chamber of the Bodhisattva's mother made themselves visible or not to her. The answer is they did not make themselves visible when she was bathing, dressing, eating, and cleaning her body. They made themselves apparent when she entered her chamber of splendor and lay down on her excellent couch. The sight of devas might tend to frighten ordinary people, but it didn't scare the chief queen at all by the virtue of the Bodhisattva's glory and of her own. Seeing them was just like seeing familiar female and male palace guards. The mother's steadfast observance of moral precepts. The mother of a bodhisattva in his last existence is usually steadfast in observing moral precepts. Before the appearance of a Buddha, people usually took precepts from rendering ascetics by bowing and squatting respectfully before them. Queen Siri Mahamaya, prior to the conception of the bodhisattva, also used to receive the precepts from Hermit Kaladevila, but when the Bodhisattva began to be conceived in her womb, it was no longer proper for her to sit at the feet of any other person. Only the precept received from somebody as an equal, not as a subordinate, were observed.